All right,
No.
folks, we're back. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're back, and it's no slugger left behind. We haven't been here troubleshooting things for 10 minutes. You know the drill, folks. It's week 14. We're here for some baseball, and I'm gonna jump right to it, but not before reminding you all that here with me this week, as every week, is my lovely and more composed co-com Iris. How you doing, Iris?
I'm doing really well. I'm super excited. The first baseball game of the year that like actually has significance is going to be happening tonight. Taiwan versus Australia kicking off the World Baseball Classic at 10 p.m. Eastern. But before that, we've got some really exciting No Slugger Left Behind Mario Superstar baseball games, Super Sluggers baseball games that matter just as much, some might argue.
If not more to many of us. And as a reminder for where everybody is, as far as that game is concerned, we are looking at the standings here. It is week 14 of 18, and nobody is mathematically eliminated from playoffs quite yet, but certainly some teams have a better chance than others, and if I'm not mistaken, I did not update the standings. In the immortal words of Bill Riley, we'll do it live. Check this out, folks. Uh, boom. Boom. All right, so
Oh, is stream down?
is stream down? I don't think so. Better not be. Oh boy. Oh boy, it is crashing wildly right now. I don't know why. The bits, the dropped frames, they just keep going up. All right, well, we'll hold here for a minute while I update this shit and hopefully it sorts itself out before long.
Oh, we're good now?
It appears
Chat
to,
seems to be saying we're good now.
okay, it appears to be getting better. That's fine. Another chance for me to update some stuff that I darn near forgot about anyway. So, okay. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. It's we're batting 1,000, and very nearly batting 1,000 are the Luigi Knights at the top of the standings right now at a pretty impressive 10-1. Behind them, still with a very comfortable lead, the Fireballs are in second at 7-3-1. And at least right now in the NSLB, 500's enough to get you to the playoffs. The Muscles at the third spot are 6-6. The Rookies at 5-6, right on their heels. The Flowers at 4-5-2 are perhaps the most wild card of teams. The Monsters at 5-7 and the Wilds at 5-7 are definitely feeling a bit of pressure on them now, but they do have space to get back there in the top. Odds are a little tougher for the Bows at 4-7-1 and the Monarchs at 4-8. But again, nobody is eliminated quite yet.
Yeah, it is kind of an interesting situation, right? There's a lot of talk about how, in sports, having different conferences or divisions or what have you can often lead teams, or not often, but can sometimes lead teams with losing records into the playoffs. We have no divisions, but we do still have a team with a losing record currently slated for the playoffs. It's been a bit of a top heavy league, although, as we saw with the Fireballs versus the Monarchs last week, any team is absolutely capable of beating any other team.
Yeah, it is. It is a certainly special occasion for the Monarchs, and they're really going to be putting that to the test tonight as they've been on a tear, but the Luigi Knights are the ones looking to end that Cinderella story. You know them, you love them. Catcher Blue Toad leading off tonight. Second baseman Brown Critter gets his star back. He is ready to go. Right fielder Green Toad behind him. Center fielder Autumn, who has been I don't even know how to describe what she's posted in our Discord, but it's a thing of beauty, is what it is. Behind behind her, Green Shy Guy, Petey Piranha is going to be cleaning up the base paths for all of them. Luigi, first baseman today, has to rest after two starts the past 2 weeks. He's earned it. Third baseman Blue Shy Guy, and that means I'll be bringing up the rear like usual and taking the mound like slightly less than usual.
Yeah, it's a pretty codified squad at this point. Some of the best hitters, some of the best defenders in baseball. It's a great team. There's a reason they're in first. And going up against them, as David versus Goliath a situation as you can get, the Peach Monarchs. They took down the Fireballs last week. They are on a hot streak and trying to continue that against the unlikeliest of opponents. Starting off, we got Blue Dry Bones taking the mound, Funky Kong over at second base, Gray Shy Guy catching, Star Toadette over in right field, Peach at first, Toesworth at third base, Blue Pianta at short, Pink Yoshi in left field, and Zach themselves rounding out the order at center. It's a question of is this just a fluke? Do we feel some positive momentum from the Zach Peach Monarchs team?
I mean, having finished the first half of games 1-7, being 4-8 now, it feels like a very different team. They are a monster, partially of Knights center fielder Autumn's creation. Time to see if she's done something that even she can't take back.
It's certainly going to be interesting to see. There's only one way that we can find out.
And that's to get
That's by getting the
into
game started.
ever so slightly delayed baseball. And I did remember to share the screen this time. And it is not actually Blue Drybone's first start for this team, although the game in which he did start did not turn out amazingly. Not going to start out amazingly either is Blue Toad, who I'm kind of impressed has the power to get that out to the warning track. Toadette...
Sorry, wait.
Toadette misses it. I think that's the first time the ice has actually caused somebody to slip and fail a catch.
I feel like there have been other times, but it's definitely a rarity. And I don't know if it was like, some more corner wall weirdness. And speaking of weirdness, Pink Yoshi, CPUs in the outfield are not able to use their super dives. Well, Brown Critter... I really wanted Brown Critter to steal home there, but...
I thought he was thinking about an inside the Parker. Instead, he takes an early triple on one out with a good contact hitter up. And it's looking like the Knights are going to get things started right out the gate here. And yeah, well,
yeah.
He plays very conservatively on that one, stays on third. I suppose the team is looking to let Autumn be the glory hog tonight.
Yeah, having only one out, I guess it's pretty likely that Brown Critter is going to make it home, and Brown Critter will make it home as Autumn softly lines that ball just over the head of Blue Pianta, who dives behind him, can't quite reach it. A single is a single is a single is a single as Green Shy Guy up at the plate takes strike one looking.
Hopefully gonna hit another single. Instead, it's looking like a classic Shy Guy double play to close this out. And that's a shame, as it will bring up Petey with nobody on. But starting off with a score is better than the Knights have done sometimes.
Blue Dry Bones does classic Blue Dry Bones things. Singles right up the middle.
Yeah, starting with a hit.
Gets on base for Funky Kong. Been a bit of a disappointment this season, not hitting the dingers like you would hope. And this is not the place to do it, but he's so great at driving the ball out to the outfield, past where Autumn can grab it, and Autumn will run right into that ice, allowing Funky Kong to advance to third, scoring Blue Bones.
Already tied up here. No Inside the Parker, although I actually admit I have seen Inside the Parkers on this stadium on Sims before.
Yeah, I can believe it. It's a huge stadium, the ice, the hazards, everything. It's kind of just like a confluence of factors to allow runners to score, even if nobody's hitting dingers.
Gray Shy Guy showing charge. I wouldn't have minded if Green had earlier when he was up. Changes his mind. Funky Kong, wise enough to get back on the bag. I was kind of hoping for the arrogance to lead into a double play. It does not. Still, this is going to cause a little bit of trouble, as Brown Critter cannot dive for that ball in time, and the Monarchs take an early lead. I almost wouldn't be mad at them. Almost.
Yeah, almost. I wouldn't be mad at it at all.
Well, Peach is going to double play and end their chances pretty quickly as well. I might not be spending too much time on the mound giving up 2 that quickly, but we'll see. It is only a 1-run game with 6 innings to play.
Yeah. How many games have you given up 2 runs in the whole thing?
1.
So the Peach Monarchs scoring early, perhaps scoring often.
Petey hits one into the balcony
Petey
over
Piranha
there.
Wants to score often. You know, one of our theater critics is going to be absolutely thrilled about being able to catch that one.
And so it's Petey on the base pads the normal way. Hopefully the Knights can bring him around. Luigi showing charge on 2 pitches in a row is pretty rare for him. The Glacier...
The ice might just make it a factor, but...
Almost.
No.
And
I'm not entirely clear on,
up.
like, when you get frozen from running into the ice and when it doesn't freeze you.
It seems like some players are more willing to, quite literally, attack the ball. Blue Shy Guy gonna hit a very good double up the third base line here. That brings me up. Let's see if my batting is any better than my pitching. Anything but a double play will bring one in and tie it up. And this is just that. Of course I choke it. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I?
It is like such an adjustment compared to real baseball, where you're like, okay, if there's not someone on first, there's basically never going to be a double play. Whereas in this, force outs on catches are just so common.
Toadsworth goes charge on the third. This not likely to cause any trouble. One out with Blue Pianta up. Star off speed, not really the pitch I would personally recommend that I give him. I mean, you know it's a hit.
Blue Pianta is going to easily slide into second base there.
You know it's a hit when a Pianta manages to get more than one base. Pink Yoshi not as much of a hitter, though. Lines that one out to the left.
I had hopes for that ball for a second.
And now it's owner to owner.
And a rare star swing that Petey Piranha can't get the webbing of his glove under.
Keeps it in the air long enough for Autumn to catch it, but it does not actually count as an out, and likely not going to be an out is Blue Drybones here, batting close to 3 for 4. And yes, indeed, going to extend the Monarchs' lead just that little bit further. I'm already done today, folks. It is possible that we'll see the Knights have a third pitcher. But Luigi is the better of the two of us. And he's already got 1 2/3 outs to go, although this is definitely going to hurt my ERA stat. That throw I would have loved to see to third. And a big opportunity for Gray Shy Guy with the bases loaded to keep things flying here. Was hoping for some poor plate discipline, see if he'd just swing on the first thing they give him. Instead, we get a star swing. And once again, it's the same thing. Petey gets it up in the air. Autumn catches it while it's still up, but it does not count as an out.
Well, it touches the ground first.
I couldn't see if it did. I assume it did. It must have.
Yeah. It landed like in front of Petey.
Ah. Well, that is unfortunate of him. Brown Critter hopefully finally going to be the one who ends this. Yes. Goodness, though. Another 2-spot from the Monarchs. A 1-run game is pretty easy to come back from. A 3-run game is a little harder as we get into the top of the third.
Yeah, I mean, you're still in Grand Slam territory, so very much doable. And these Luigi Knights, they are more renowned for their defense, but absolutely a team capable of scoring as well.
I mean, this is actually turning out to be much more of a hitter's ballpark this season than I think I ever would have guessed. Brown Critter, of all players, really trying for the home run. Instead, it is a very long fly out into foul territory. Green Toad again. I must admit, I'm very confused by how many players I'm seeing go charge here, especially those that normally go contact. We see a rare buddy play back to first. Doesn't get Blue Toad out, but the offense from the Knights here is not going to quite manage this inning what they had previously. Peach, Toadsworth, Blue Pianta now batting for the Monarchs. Hopefully we can keep them scoreless for at least one inning here, because they are starting to pull away.
And Peach is one of those players, you're just thankful she's leading off and can't hit into a double play.
I'm not much of a pitcher, but I can make an okay dive at first once in a while. That's 2 quick outs now. Blue Pianta up.
Kind of like to see him charge here.
And he does, giving it straight to Autumn in center. A 1-2-3, far more what the Knights are used to. We're going to see if they can't manage to keep that pattern up the rest of this game. Green Shy Guy again. Every Knight showing charge right now. I'm so confused, I must admit. Even our contact hitters just want the whole thing tonight.
Maybe just because it is a bigger stadium.
Maybe. Zach manages to get to that one in time. I really thought that was going to be a single that got down. Petey, I don't mind trying for the whole thing.
This stadium, if you can get like a charge hit with a lowish launch angle, kind of something like that, then you're really happy.
Bit too low on that one, though. Luigi showing bunt.
I can't say I approve. And even worse than showing bunt is showing bunt and missing every time. Luigi eventually just has to settle for a single instead.
I think that's a far more reasonable thing anyway. Blue Shy Guy hit a double last at-bat. That would bring one home if he does it again. Instead, he's going to hit a double play. You know, I must admit, I didn't want to be that nervous about the Monarchs, but I did run one simulation just to check. Didn't look like this. It did not look like this. That said, bottom of the fourth, Pink Yoshi batting. Game is still not over, and Petey finally catches one with a super dive instead of bobbling it to center.
Luigi's really pitching around Zach here. And
Finally.
It looks like it'll pay off. Zach hits an easy pop-up right to Autumn. Blue Drybones is showing up at the plate. The most reliable hitter on this team by far, but with 2 outs, there's only so much you can do. However, he gives it his best. Hits it a little too high, hits it right to Autumn.
Yep, and I am no stranger to double plays myself, so I don't mind seeing myself in the leadoff bat spot here. And yes, unfortunately, Zach is going to get to that one. Now, Blue Toad I would love to see go for a contact swing so far. He just keeps wanting the charges, and he wants it again.
Almost thought Toadette overran that ball. She composed herself, stopped on a dime.
I certainly hoped she would, to tell you the truth, because this is looking to be the 3rd long flyout in a row for the Knights here. I just don't understand why my contact hitters won't hit contact tonight. It's not working for them. We're in the bottom of the 5th already. After a hot start, things have slowed down for both teams. Funky Kong looking to make the same mistake, but Autumn does not get there in time.
Yeah, the ice just slowed her down just long enough for that ball to drop in center field.
Pulling out all the stops, Luigi going to throw a rare star pitch.
And it appears to have accomplished its mission as Brown Critter makes an excellent super dive. No double play here, but with just a runner on second, would have been hard to turn a double play in any situation.
Funky Kong going to take his extra base from that pow ball, though. That means a runner on third with 2 outs now.
Really great base running from him. Something we don't see often.
We do not, and it could pay off in a big way if Peach gets a base hit here. Instead, it's looking like a long fly out. Monarchs held scoreless yet again. But the Knights running out of time to catch up here.
Yeah, absolutely. The Monarchs would love for this to not even go to the bottom of the 7th. The Luigi Knights have 6 chances to make something happen. They need to score half a run per out, which is a pretty tall order. However, attempting to do his part here is Green Toad, who lines a single over to left field.
Wouldn't you know it, when the Toads decide to go contact, it actually works just fine. When Mies decide to go contact, it often doesn't. But Funky Kong does miss that one at second, just barely. Trips over 2 bananas for his efforts.
Slips on 2 separate bananas.
Alright, Green Shy Guy double played last time.
Crazy strike right on the corner there.
This is likely to be an out, but only 1. 2 on for Petey right now. Nobody's hit a home run in the Ice Garden yet. 1 here ties it up.
And if anyone's gonna do it,
that was a ball straight down the middle. I would have liked to see him swing on that.
One of the best candidates. Instead, Petey is going to hit into a somewhat unorthodox 5-3 double play.
Hated to see him take that first pitch. Toadsworth not going to
Toadette
help anything
here,
here.
or excuse me, Toadsworth here, doing what he always does, grounding out.
Blue
Blue
Pianta
Pianta,
doing what he
beautiful hit
usually
right
does.
between the left fielder and the center fielder.
Piantas are generally slow on the base paths. That said, they're not too slow to get to that in time.
Pink Yoshi's been having a pretty great game today. That's 2 singles, isn't it?
I think so. And for a Yoshi, certainly you'd take 2 for 3. Brown Critter, however, will be finishing this up. Goes for the out at second instead of first.
Yeah, I mean, you're right there.
With muscles like his, I'd be worried about an overthrow.
Now, the Monarchs here are in a save situation. Blue Dry Bones, looking to throw a complete game here, has 3 outs left.
Luigi has also been having a pretty good game today. I think he's been on every... No, 1 fly out, but he's been on most of the time. Blue Shy Guy hasn't been bad either. I'm in the 3rd spot, though, and I've got some notes for myself. This is my moment.
Really struggling at second today.
Would love to see a star hit here. Blue Dry Bones, of all the batters to be intimidated by.
Yeah, I mean, you've allowed 2 on. You have the tying run at the plate. It's a perfect time to put on your closer. The complete game would be a cute novelty, but you need to win this game. You need to pull off literally the biggest upset in NSLB. That's what's
switching
riding
Shy Guy and
on
Dry
the line
Bones.
for Zach this game.
And Zach has decided that Gray Guy is going to pitch this one.
It's an unorthodox choice. I don't know if it's who I would have reached for, but
I don't know that Blue Dry Bones is who I would have picked to start, but clearly it's been working. Swing and a miss on the star changeup. Pickoff attempt, no good. 2 in a row there. And a very expensive double play, yeah. Again, would have loved to have seen a star swing there. This just got a lot harder. The Miis are not great bats. Blue Toad does get 1 down for 2 to 4 now. Knights need to score 2 on 2 outs with a man on first. It's not impossible, but it's not easy.
yeah, absolutely. Having a runner on first makes it so likely you're going to hit into a double play, right?
With
If
most,
Critter does anything less than homer here,
which he will not, although he's trying. This will get down, though. Maybe a ground rule double. No. Instead, it's a triple. And hold on just a minute,
very
folks.
fortunate that ball did not leave play. If you are a Luigi Knights fan, kind of a disastrous scenario for the Monarchs. You've still got a run to play with, but this situation is looking much better for the Knights. Has to be a base hit.
Green
The
Toad
Knights
fairly
are on their
reliable.
last out of the game.
Charge, a risky move. Green Toad about 2 for 3, if I had to guess. And this is, in fact, going to be that one. Just barely safe. This game is tied.
Oh my goodness. Just a horrifying last-minute collapse from the Monarchs here. They had it in their grasp. They just...
And Gray Shy Guy's done. Yeah, it was not much of a game for a little bit there. You know, we thought it was going to be exciting with some early scores, then it died. Now we're back to playing some baseball. At least I didn't make it easy.
yeah. Now,
Still, I can't help but feel as the Knights owner that I don't think everybody was taking this seriously.
Hey, that's the thing with the Monarchs. You underestimate them, it's gonna come back to bite you.
Toadsworth on pitch, Gray Guy on catch, Drybones on third. Toadsworth's got some pitching skills. Doesn't have a lot of stamina.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to on the Knights' last out.
You almost question if this game wouldn't have gone differently if Toadsworth had stepped in instead of Gray Shy Guy.
And unfortunately, the shell item actually comes out in a very timely manner. But, the aim was just a little off. And now it's time for the Knights
Monarchs,
to...
hoping for a walk-off run, are going to start things off with a Blue Bone single. Man, he's just been electric all season long. Funky Kong, what a time it would be to hit the first Ice Garden home run. Instead, it's going to be a double play line right to Christian.
This game looking like it's ready to go into extras with Gray Guy up. The Knights' defense took a minute to get into gear.
Pitching. Can he keep this inning alive? He's going to use a star swing to get on base.
How come my Shy Guys don't use stars?
Winning run on first now. Toadette needs to get a hit here. Just squeaks that one by the infield. Runners on first and second. Peach is up at the plate. She has not had a great game tonight.
Yeah, this game in the
has
hands
lined
of
into
both
double plays,
captains.
has lined into outs.
And is going to do the
just
same
going
here.
to line into an out.
That gets us into extras. It's Green Guy Petey Luigi batting for the Knights in the top of the 8th now. Somebody looking to get a little bit of a lead. See, this is how the Knights are supposed to play. Get a lead and then just play the best defense in the league. Problem is, we started doing that before we had a lead.
Hey, this is a part of the lineup, though, that you're happy to see if you are a Knights fan. Petey likely to get on base. Luigi's been looking really great today.
Even Blue Shy Guy behind him hasn't been too bad, but a line out to left from Petey is not the way to do it.
This is one of those games, you know, it's since what, like the end of the second inning, there's been effectively no scoring until that top of the 7th there for the Knights. And so it's hard not to feel like the next team that scores a run is going to walk away with everything here.
Blue Shy Guy trying to be part of the team that does with a deep ball. Banana item, all you're hoping for now. Nope. Error item usage there, you feel like really could have been the difference maker. An error out there would have been at least a double. Luigi's staying on the mound, looking pretty comfortable. I'm more than happy not to have us go to 3 pitchers.
Lupianta, one of the better hitters on this lineup. It's just a beautiful thing to see, you know, that golf swing. Just a lazy fly to shallow left center.
It's kind of wild how reliable contact hitters the Piantas are for how good their power stat is. They just don't use it. Pink Yoshi also has been pretty reliable so far today, which means it's 2 on, 1 out for owner Zach, who is not going to double play, almost doesn't even single play, as Petey takes quite a dive to get there.
And if there's one player on this team, one batter on this team you want to see up at the plate in a potential walk-off situation, it's Blue Drybones. He takes strike 1 looking. He's getting ready. He's charging up his hit. Why is he charging up his hit?
Charge the wrong move to make here with no chemistry item. I guess it's nice to see that both teams, at the very least, are having some pretty bad plate discipline.
I don't understand. Like,
Pitch
a
selection
star
from the
hit wins you the
batters is
game
just...
there. A contact hit probably wins you the game there.
Again, how many times have the Toads been going charged tonight? This is a bit of a nonsense game here, and as I line that one out, that's actually a better hit than I've had for the most part tonight. This has been a pretty historically bad night for me as a knight. And again, Blue Toad showing charge. This one going way out in foul territory, but not caught at least.
Yeah.
Lazy one into shallow right. Blue Toad not risking anything here. We're in the top of the 9th here, folks. We're running out of time for these teams to score. Somebody's got to do something, and they've got to do it soon.
I mean, strictly speaking, they don't. We could have a tie.
We could have a tie. The Knights do not have a tie on their season yet. Neither do the Monarchs. Brown Critter trying to keep that from being the case. This one is too fast for West Zach to get to. And it's a ground rule double, which is not what you wanted to see.
Insanely lucky for the Monarchs.
As it does not score a run where it almost certainly would have been a triple otherwise. A base hit here from Green Toad does keep things going, and this is it. Runners on the corners, 1 out for Autumn coming up now. Knights finally have the lead.
Yeah, pretty terrifying situation here for the Monarchs, who you wouldn't even say, oh my goodness, they're going for a suicide squeeze? And then Power Block freezes everyone, but Brown Critter's coming home.
That's such an Autumn play. That's such an Autumn play. Can Green Guy avoid a double play to keep things moving? He can, in fact. It's 2 on, 2 out for Petey coming up. Petey Piranha's had a bad night. This has been a...
All of that can change with 1 swing of the bat, though, as Petey Piranha...
Oh my god, he's going for it! He's going for it! It's off the back wall!
It just bounces off the wall. It's gonna score,
A 2 RBI double. I can't believe it. He was so close.
Oh my goodness.
We almost had somebody hit a homer in this stadium. It's not happening today, but this is still a huge moment for Petey Piranha.
Yeah, I mean, can you really complain too much about only hitting a 2 RBI double?
And folks, the Knights have decided to finally come alive. Yeah, honestly, I can't help but wonder, you know, Zach, Cowboy Zach here, owner of the Birdo Bows, I can't help but wonder if the Knights weren't just throwing for content.
And if you're a fan of the Peach Monarchs, you can't help but wonder if this isn't a little bit of a Buck Showalter moment. Watching Zach turn to Gray Shy Guy in a save situation, rather than Toadsworth, arguably swung this game in the entire other direction.
Well, now going on the mound is Peach. Toadsworth will be catching. Gray Guy on first. She's only got 1 out to pitch. But the Monarchs have had a hard time getting that final out in big moments here. Knights tied this up on 2 outs. And Luigi, who's been so good today, likely gonna fly out finally here. Zach has a very close call in the outfield, but they do manage to alley-oop it to Toadette and right. And so, the bar has been set. The Monarchs need 4. It's not impossible, they've done it before. They've done it before in this stadium, but Funky Kong is not going to get it started off right.
Yeah, and unfortunately seeing your second best hitter Good out like that. Not the great start to an inning. Shy Guy almost shortly behind. Thankfully, that ball was foul. Otherwise, it would have been caught over a third.
Big swing and a miss on strike two. 3 is grounded to second. It's all in the hands of Toadette. And I make an error. Never let it be said, throwing for content. This game could have ended right there, but a rare error from myself at first means we are going just one batter longer so far. Pickoff at first, no good.
And if you're a Monarchs fan, Peach is really not the batter you want to see in this critical moment as she lines out to Petey Piranha, ending a game that certainly had its ups and downs. We almost had the single greatest upset of our season of baseball. Unfortunately, ended at in the top of the seventh, the final chance for the Knights, just managing to rally to come back.
Is this what all that whispering in the back of the team van on the way to the Ice Garden was about? My goodness. Well, hey, good game to you too, Zach. Honestly, I do like winning, but if there was one team in this league that I would accept a loss from, I think it would have been yours. Okay. And with one fewer year on my life, let's see what's going on in game 2 tonight. Because, folks, that was an exciting one, but we've got 3 more to play. We've been a little slow tonight, and I apologize for that. But game 2 is one I've been very excited to see. It's the Fireballs going to Bowser Castle for what I hope is as exciting as the first time these teams faced off. Iris, do you need to remind us who's on the Fireballs?
I think our viewers are pretty well acquainted, but I will anyway. We've got the Mario Fireballs off of a really rough loss against the Monarchs, hoping to just regain a little momentum. And they're trying to do it against the East Zach Monsters. So, as always, we've got Starred Red Critter at shortstop, Hammer Bro at third base, Boomerang Bro at first. Fire Bro is going to be at second base, rounding out our infield. Red Magic Koopa on the mound. I will be in center field, Mario out in right field, Red Toad in left field, and at catcher, Baby Daisy's here too.
They're the most reliable team in this league, at least as far as their lineup. It works for them, and a lineup that has not been working as well for the Monsters as they'd like is Green Koopa in center, followed by owner Zach in left, Green Drybones batting third and playing second base, where he's been a bit of a mixed bag. Bowser the Big Man himself in the 4 spot, playing third for the first game here. Or at least playing third at the start of the game here, excuse me. Red Paratroopa behind him, right fielder. A Starred Boo is going to be starting pitcher. Not a role he's been in terribly often. Not a role where I feel like he's performed. I actually think Boo's done better as a reliever, but this could be a big moment for him. Green Magic Koopa at short was definitely not pitching material for this team, but has done pretty well there. Drybones behind him, playing first, and that means Blue Noki is catching, batting ninth. Even she's had her moments for this team, and she's going to need to. This was a Fireballs win 15-13 the first time these teams faced off, and I know that the Monsters want it. I know that the Monsters need it if they want to stay alive.
Yeah, absolutely. At Bowser's Castle, I don't think we're going to see quite as high of scoring numbers, but I still think both of these teams are capable of having some absolute slugfest of games, as was demonstrated the first time around.
I am looking forward to seeing it. Shall I get us started?
Absolutely.
And as the monsters take the field, it's Red Critter up to bat.
And you can see not quite as useful in CPU as PvP, but Boo just has some wicked curve on his pitches. Unfortunately, the CPU really cannot utilize it to its maximum potential.
No, it's very rare to see an honest-to-God strikeout in this league.
And Red Critter wants to start us off with a homer. Red Parrot gets over there just in time for the buddy jump.
Really steps on the gas when he starts getting closer to Green Koopa. Certainly a good first effort, and certainly not at all the Fireball's last chance at a home run, with 3 bros up to bat, Hammer first among them. Going to make some tough contact on that one, though. Green Magic Koopa always slow to get his super dive out of the glove, but Hammer Bro's pretty slow as far as the base paths are concerned. This one from Boomerang Bro looks a little better.
Yeah. Again, though, center fielder and right fielder, Green Koopa, Red Parrot Troopa, they're buddies. They've been playing for forever. They've been playing together for forever. They got those buddy jumps on lock.
I actually don't remember if this was the Monsters' outfield the first time these teams faced off. They may have been playing a Bones out in right, and I think Paratroopa's definitely a better call. Green Koopa gonna hit a lazy fly to shallow left. Couple of different Fireballs think about grabbing that ball. Red Toad ends up being the one to do it. Owner Zach on the lower end of batting as far as me's are concerned, but I've got no room to talk. An error from Red Critter.
Red Critter's gonna bobble that one.
Is gonna save
coming in
his
just
stat.
too hot.
And that means a very reliable Green Bones followed by a very threatening Bowser. Could get things going for the Monsters pretty early. It's 2 on, 1 out for King Koopa.
Just hit him with a pitch.
He's got the biggest bat in the league, physically, anyway.
Just walk him.
Red Magic Koopa not interested in playing the coward's game.
Red Magic
Ira's
Koopa should have played the coward's game.
Ira's
However,
stepping on it, but not fast enough.
Just walk him.
That lava pool very nearly got Red Toad. Does not, but unfortunately that ball is just a little too wide.
Scores 3. Also removes all runners from the base paths.
Removes
and Red Mag is
from the
already
mound.
tired. This is a disastrous situation.
Since when does this guy get tired and then actually go out?
Right? You know the drill.
I do know the drill. Fire Bro
this
will be in
bode's
right.
so poor.
Mario will be pitching. Red Magic Koopa taking second. You never know, right? The Knights had their starting pitcher leave the mound pretty early, and they came back.
Yeah, I mean, the Fireball's absolutely a team of accomplishing on offense what they can't do on defense.
Not a player of accomplishing on offense. Red Paratroopa. This is a lot of pop in the bat for him, but it still is just a fly out to center.
Urban Burns cannot defeat Barry Bonds. It's true.
Boo has been pretty good. Not today, though. I shouldn't say that pretty good. Boo has kind of been mixed at the plate, I would say. Kind of been mixed on the mound, too. He certainly has his days. Good curveball. Swing and a miss from Firebro for strike 1. Catches that one on the outside of the bat, though, on 2, and that is a deep one. Foul ball not going to affect Red Paratroopa, so no chance at an extra base. Man on first, nobody out for Red Magikoopa. Gets that one past his green-colored cousin. Honestly, you know, he has been a good pitcher despite tonight. Red Magikoopa, I think, also the most reliable bat of any of the Magikoopas.
I would believe that.
I believe it goes red, blue, then yellow, and then green last. But he's still a good shortstop, as he does make the double play there. And speaking of double plays, here's Mario.
He's not. I'm gonna bet you he does not hit into a double play this at bat.
Probably not, but he's got more than any other fireball. Not the most out of any player in the league. I am behind on stats, so I could not tell you who does have the most of anybody in the league. I suspect it's probably a Shy Guy. Red Madge runs for second very early on that one. But unfortunately...
What the fuck, man?
Terrible base running. Runs for second super early. Wants to take third too. Changes his mind.
I don't understand why you... There's literally no reason to go back there. It was 2 outs. If the ball's caught, then you don't have to tag up. What?
Yeah, this is the highest difficulty AI the game has on offer. We may spend some time this summer researching if there's maybe a level 5.
Would be nice. That would be really hard to code.
It wouldn't be Mario Baseball if it weren't a comedy of errors. Regular Dry Bones hitting this one, probably gonna pull foul. Not by much. Not by quite as much as I thought it would. Contact instead into shallow left. 2 on, nobody out for Blue Noki. Nokis have plenty of double plays on their seasons as well, but Blue Noki has had some big moments. I think week 2, probably her biggest, a double that managed to bring up Bowser for a last chance win against the Rookies. This is not going to be that, but it will advance the runners at the cost of an out. Green Koopa, not who you're most hoping to see here, but he can get on base sometimes. This not one of those times, not when Red Critter is on shortstop.
Yeah, Red Critter not quite able to get up quickly enough to turn the double play there, unfortunately. So it will be August up to bat.
Zach
up to bat. And you really want to make this out because otherwise that's Bones coming up to the plate.
And Bowser behind him. Third pitch fireball from Mario. Zach actually manages to make pretty normal contact on it. That looks like it could have come off of most any pitch. And unfortunately, that does mean the Monsters take the bottom of the second scoreless. They've still got the 1-2 punch coming up, but with nobody on the base paths, it does limit the damage they can do. Not exactly a 1-2 punch are Red Toad and Baby Daisy, but don't count them out. Red Toad is batting middle of the pack as far as Toads are concerned, which puts him somewhere in the low 600s, I think.
Sheesh.
I know. Baby Daisy not terrible either. Gets that one just up the middle for a single. And now it's 2 on for 4 home run threats back to back to back to back. Test of strength for any pitcher. I think if Boo gives up any here, we're likely to see him leave. He does not have great stamina, and we are 2 innings deep. That one looks like it's pretty much mashed.
Just like that, the Fireballs find their footing. Answer back with a 3-run home run of their own, dinging off the Bowser statue. There's something that feels personal about that.
And we do see Boo get tired, but he's not interested in leaving. I feel like I say it every week. How many pitchers do we see insist on staying in just one batter too long? Greenbones does make a dive for that one, however, as Hammerbro gets it off the bottom of the bat. Not quite a bat. I don't know if it's regulation, but they let him play with it. Greenbones cannot get to that one from Boomerang Bro, and so he's on with a single. 1 on, 1 out.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the really nice things about the Bros is that even on a sour spot low traj hit, they just have so much power that sometimes the infield can't get to it regardless.
Speaking of balls that can't be gotten to, that one from Firebro is going to pull pretty far foul right, but it's got a lot of power behind it. You're glad to see his aim was off. Green Magic Koopa going to make a huge double play here. Jumps pretty impressively and tosses it back to first in time. This game is now tied up with Greenbones and Bowser up to bat for the Monsters. Huge swing and a miss on strike one. Wants the homer on two. Can Red Toad put on the wheels? Yes, he can.
Oh my goodness. Red Toad got there just in time. I thought that was gone.
Certainly was close, but Iris has it in center. Bowser's still very capable of a solo shot. And when Mario's pitching, it just feels personal. This could be it. And yes, indeed, that one is not too fast, but it is too high. Bowser's second home run today. Scores a less impressive one, but it's a home run. What are you going to do?
This is kind of the game that you expect from Bowser every time, honestly. We
2
haven't seen him
at-bats,
live
2
up.
home runs.
Yeah, we haven't really seen him quite live up to expectations.
This would be a big moment for him, too. Living up to expectations with a line out to short is Red Paratroopa.
Mm-hmm. And a victory today, certainly you're starting to make a really good case for why you're a legitimate Mushroom Kingdom series contender.
Ahead by only 1, however, as we get into the top of the 4th. Red Magic Koopa, Iris, Mario, not the most threatening set of batters here.
Yeah, sometimes scoring can come from unlikely sources.
You've got 2 home runs on the season, if I'm not mistaken.
That sounds right.
Those are at home field, however. This is not going to be one, but it is going to be a nice... Nope, not a double. Good single.
Yeah.
I thought maybe. Monsters are going to their second pitcher. I did not get an order from... Oh, I did get an order. Okay. So, Zach is here and is supposed to be somewhere in an hour. So, we'll try and make this quick for you. I have switching Bowser and Boo for the first sub. Yes. Cool. Bowser's pitching stat, only a 5 out of 10, which just means more stamina. Green Mage, I really would have liked to have seen the throw to second for the double play there. Instead, it's just 1 out for Mario. Iris gets up to second. Bowser going to throw a free strike. Has 2 more in the tank if he wants to retire the side right now. Opts not to. Green Koopa does get to that one in center field, however.
Mm-hmm.
Bit of a short pop fly, but he comes up to it.
Can't really retire the side when I get on base, but...
Well, but... Fair enough.
Retiring the side or striking out the side is when you get the first 3 batters.
Also, yeah. Duly noted. But he can at least, end the inning with 3 strikes. But he did not, and did not have to. Still brings his team up. Green Magic Koopa, as I was saying, not the better of the batting Magic Koopas, but did get on with a single here. If only Dry Bones could follow suit. Lunoki very nearly double played last at-bat, managed not to. This time, however, looking very much like she will.
What?
Except that Red Critter kind of just misses the throw to second.
They were like 2 feet away.
It wasn't a bobble, he kind of just missed. And as he makes the dive, but does not... He's getting flashbacks, he doesn't want to risk...
throw, but they don't have bad chem.
He just does not want to risk doing it again, so he opts to take the 1 out. That brings owner Zach up. Again, potential to show up for this team in a big way with a base hit. This looking like it's just too much, and the pow ball not out in time. You know, at least I'm not the only me who's not the best batter. Pretty fast one from Bowser. Baby Daisy takes the first pitch she's given and lines out to left for it. That brings up Red Critter. 1 home run on the day already. I see fire coming out of the Bowser statue's mouth in center, which means any ball hit over there, the fielders are not going to be able to safely get to. Opts for contact instead. Red Paratroopa spends a little bit of time looking at that ball, which makes it a double. Star Swing from Hammer Bro is caught, however. And Red Critter's base running...
What? What's going on with Red Critter tonight?
Red Critter
Do we need to have a talk?
Stays firmly planted on second, gets about 2 steps off the bag before changing his mind, and those 2 steps are just enough of a window to shut things down. We're back here again, with Greenbones and Bowser. Immediate fireball from Mario, swing and a miss.
I'd like to see him use another fireball to close out this at-bat, but instead, he's just gonna hang one down the middle for Bones.
And Greenbones does not try to get it out of the park this time. Bowser will, however. Always does.
I mean, you'd really like to walk the guy, or at least pitch around him. Luckily, it's only a single to this at-bat.
Yeah, 2 on, nobody out for Red Paratroopa. He's got an opportunity for a triple play here. Only a double. Honestly, I hate to say it about a guy, but I'm almost thinking about it like, you know, fine. At least it was only a double play. Maybe Boo can get a base hit and bring one more in.
Huge whiff there from Boo.
Yeah, and a super dive from first baseman Hammer Bro.
Boomerang Bro.
Boomerang Bro.
Yeah, it's not often you see the first base super dive, but this entire infield does have super dive.
This whole game, this whole night is feeling like just a comedy of errors. We're seeing teams play in ways we've never seen them play. Green Magic Koopa is not going to get to that one in time, which means we're looking at a double here.
It is extremely rare for these bros. They're just so slow. Extremely rare for them to be able to leg out a double.
This is one of the deeper ballparks. Not the deepest. Green Magic Koopa makes an effort at a super dive on that one, doesn't manage, and thank the Lord that throw was to home instead of third, because the Fireballs were fixing to have another base running error. Bowser uses 1 free strike. Not sure Red Magic Koopa's the batter I'd be spending those on. Greenbone's going to show us why. Unfortunately, makes the throw to home, and close play always favoring the runner means that there was never any hope. I can't blame him for not knowing the intricacies of RNG, but it does tie this up in the top of the 6th. And that time, he just outright misses. Iris is on with a single. Bases loaded, no outs for Mario.
would be an incredible situation for him to triple play in.
A star swing would be
That's what I'm
huge.
expecting.
Instead, it is a double play. They do not score a run off of it, as the throw is to home first. Wisely so. Star swing would have been huge. And Red Toad cannot get that one past shortstop Green Magic Koopa.
Sure would be nice if Mario would say ever use his star swing that takes him from a terrible hitter to one of the best.
I don't feel like Mario is this bad of a hitter in PvP, even without his stars. CPU Mario is just... You know, I don't want to be giving out disappointment awards at the end of this season, but as far as, like, players that just didn't perform where I thought they would, Mario's up there. King Babam helping the monsters out here. Throws a bomb to Iris, and she just doesn't feel comfortable hoping that it detonates after she catches that fly ball. That means it's a runner on second for Dry Bones. Star swing here. Green Magic Koopa thinks about going for home. Changes his mind. Thankfully, Red Toad does not have the arm to get that one to third in time. Maybe he doesn't need to. Blue Noki going to get onto first, but out is made at home, which is not what you want to see.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely the correct fielder's choice. Even if you could potentially turn the double play, you would rather just get the out at home in this situation.
Bases loaded for Zach. He has ended a few innings for this team. This is the one you really do not want to. Bottom of the sixth, tied up. Fireball takes it. I would too. Second pitch looks pretty good, though, up the middle, and yes, indeed, that is a deep one into center right. It's going to be a single with an extra base, brings home two.
Yeah, and that buddy throw, really the only thing keeping it just to two.
Yeah, Zach has not had a great night so far, but that is a good time to show up. Now brings up Green Bones and Bowser behind him. I don't love seeing charge here. Fire Bro is slow, but even he's going to get to that in time. But it's off the back wall. It's hard to tell sometimes.
Yeah, off the back wall, that shell nearly spelled disaster.
I did not see the ring. I assumed it was going to be a buddy jump and done.
Yeah, me too. I kind of don't understand why it wasn't. I'll be honest with you. You can still buddy jump in that situation.
You can. AI frequently doesn't. Mario not excited about pitching to Bowser. Fireball's going to their third string.
It's, is it Boomerang Bro that has the highest pitching stat?
Yeah. A whopping 5. So...
yeah, Boomerang Bro goes on the mound.
Mario goes back to
Mario goes to right field, yeah.
And Red Mage stays on second?
Yeah.
Cool.
I've questioned if one of the Bros wouldn't be better at second. Because the super dive is shorter, but Madge has the biggest super dive in the game, so I think it's probably is still just better to keep Madge there.
Probably. He's also not super fast. You kind of wonder where good places for him are. Boomerang Bro, unfortunately, not able to stop one more from Bowser. A deep, deep single.
You know, we mentioned that Madge has the biggest super dive in the game, but he doesn't care to use it there.
Yeah, I didn't notice whether or not he tried to. Sometimes they'll do the animation, and it's just too far away. No, he didn't even try. Well, don't worry. Red Paratroopa, if anybody is going to help the fireballs out, it's this guy. Drybone's going to try and tag up. Opts not to. Baby Daisy tries to run him down, but without Ball Dash, you're just not going to do that. I
The
kind of
catchers are just impressively bad at running, at getting a runner out in a rundown situation.
I kind of can't believe that Baldash has any use case in this game, and despite the fact that it technically does, I don't know if we've even seen it. A lazy fly from Boo isn't gotten to. Green Magic Koopa gonna try and put one more on for the monsters here. They've pulled away in the bottom of the 6th here.
Yeah, this game really feels all but over at this point. Scoring 5 runs in 1 inning, not impossible. We have proof of that right here. But a tall order.
A tall order.
To say the least.
The Fireballs,
extremely unlikely.
The Fireballs are on the list of teams who have done it, and except for Baby Daisy here, they've got the best set of batters possible. And I say aside from Baby Daisy, once again, she's really not that bad. Don't let this ground out to second fool you.
Just one of these days, I want to watch her hit a dinger.
She is the only power class baby.
It's true.
Not going to be hitting a dinger today, but Red Critter will. That's one more for him. Is that his 3rd tonight? I think that's his 3rd tonight. The 3-run shot and 2 solos.
The Red Critter is all of this team's scoring. Shoutouts to
Yeah,
Red Critter.
actually, Red Critter, that would make Red Critter officially all of the Fireballs scoring so far. Hammer Bro not looking to be outdone, but tries a little too hard for that one. Greenbones does not get it, and Red Paratroopa throws it back to him instead of regular Dry Bones on first. Maybe he got confused. East Zach has that one
out.
left.
And now, this comeback looking mighty unlikely. Fire Bro, the last bro, up at the plate here, opts for a star swing. At this point, a home run doesn't do anything for you, really.
No, it's going to be a double. Runners on 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. The Fireballs need 4. A Red Magic-Koopa home run would not be the first Magic-Koopa class home run we've seen. This is not that.
Yeah, kind of amazed that stayed fair. Really great play by Boo over there on 3rd to end the game 9-5. The Fireballs are taking their licks. You really want to see them find their footing, figure out what's going wrong as the playoffs are quickly approaching. Meanwhile, the Monsters are trying to cement their spot there in the playoffs with a statement win.
Yeah, going to 7 and 4 with 3rd place. The best 3rd place could be is 7 and 6. So going to 7, 4 and 1 does still leave you with a little bit of a lead, but it is smaller than it was 2 weeks ago.
It's smaller by 2 even.
Well, folks, those are our first 2 games. Both of them, I'm glad they decided to get interesting right at the end, at least. Both 2 games that were very much decided in the last 2 innings. Now, I am going to try and keep our break to somewhat short, but I do need to go check on that laundry. 11 minutes puts us at 8:35. We think we can manage that?
It works for me.
All right, we'll see you guys in just over 10 minutes. And all right, folks, we are back, running a little behind schedule tonight, but I'm glad to have you all here all the same. Glad to have you here for Game 3 coming up, the DK Wilds versus the Bowser Jr. Rookies. This is a 5-7 team going up against a 5-6 team. Both really fighting for that fourth spot, maybe even that third spot if these last couple games go well. So it is going to be a big moment for both. The Wilds are bringing to this big game third baseman Tiny Kong batting leadoff, first baseman Dixie Kong. Diddy Kong, your starting pitcher, I think might only be his second or third start in the season, but he's a very seasoned pitcher. Don't get it twisted. Donkey Kong playing shortstop tonight and batting fourth. Catcher Baby DK behind him. Second baseman Blue Yoshi. And we've got the babies in the outfield. Baby Mario on left, a starred Baby Luigi in center. Calvin bringing up the rear, playing right. The Wilds are a team we've seen a lot of different configurations for, with a lot of different degrees of success. This one has worked for them in the past. I don't know if it will tonight. The random number gods will decide.
Yeah, absolutely. Mostly, I'm just happy to see Donkey Kong in that fourth spot in the lineup. Meanwhile, home team here, we've got the Bowser Jr. rookies. Bowser Jr. himself leading off at center field. Starred Red Koopa over at second base. August is in left field. King K. Rool pitching. Regular Critter over at short. Goomba behind the dish. Dark Bones at first base. Magic Koopa in right field. And Baby Peach over at third. This is a lineup that's absolutely capable of hitting.
Capable of hitting and capable of hitting even in this stadium, which is a little tough.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I believe are they the third place team right now?
They have dropped to... No, they're fourth. They are fourth, behind
They're
the
fourth.
Muscles. And if they do win this game, they may or may not drop to third. It'll depend on what happens in game 4. But certainly, Rookies are a team that has put up some big numbers in the past, and I know they'd like to do it tonight.
Yeah, so certainly fighting to stay in the playoffs. A win keeps them in the playoffs, potentially even moves them up a spot.
And the only way to find out whether or not they do is to get it going. So let's see what the Playroom's got going on. King K. Rool, something of a fair weather friend when it comes to pitching. He's had his moments in the past. He's had some poor performances in the past, but starting off right as Tiny Kong lines one out to short, I'm kind of impressed Critter dove for that. That looked like it might be too up the middle for either of the infielders, but no, Critter gets there.
Yeah, for real.
Dixie Kong going to give him one that's much easier. Doesn't even have to move to grab that second line out, and it's 2 out quickly here for the Wilds. Diddy Kong batting. And you know K. Rool's feeling good, as with that fly out to left, as close as it was with August nearly falling for the error item instead. You know K. Rool's feeling good to put away 3 Kongs.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I say it every week, the DK Wilds, they're just such a snowbally team. Right, where it's like, none of them are individually especially likely to get on, but if one of them gets on, then, you know, you can just keep loading up the bases.
They've got the best chemistry in the entire league.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of what you do if you're making a Kong team.
Yeah, the Kongs really
you make
do.
a Kong team.
The Kongs really do kind of exist in an interesting position in this game, where they've got great chemistry with each other and very little with almost anyone else. The meta for making a Kong team really doesn't intersect with the meta for most other teams, which can be a blessing and a curse. Speaking of blessings, K-Rool immediately tries to go for the whole thing, but that one's going to pull pretty far foul right. Bowser Jr. on second with 2 outs already in the bottom of the first. This has been going by pretty quickly. This one looks like... No, it's fast, but it's not deep. Baby Luigi has no trouble being under it. A scoreless first inning for the first time tonight. Donkey Kong charges very early on that pitch, takes it. Most batters usually do. Thinks the second one is more his speed. It's going deep. Magic Koopa does get there in time. He's pretty slow, but so was that ball. Buddy Jump stops anything from happening.
I'll tell you what, that blue Madge hoofed it out there faster than I've seen any Madge move.
That means it's up to Baby DK to try and do some scoring. He also has 1 home run this year, not nearly as many as Donkey Kong. But a single will do it. Single will keep this lineup moving, which is what it does best. And a starred Red Koopa is going to miss a line drive from Blue Yoshi at second, putting now 2 on for Baby Mario. Not who you're hoping to see when you got RBI chances up, but hey. Anybody's capable of hitting into double plays.
Yeah, it's Baby Mario doing Baby Mario things. Meanwhile, a pretty scary 1-2-3 here from the rookies, or at least just a pretty scary 1-3.
Like baby, like adult. You know, my thoughts exactly, August. I guess if Baby Mario did not, Baby Mario does not get to that home run from Critter, that one is just too much behind that ball. I guess if Baby Mario didn't hit into double plays all the time, and then Mario did, it'd be forming a paradox. So he's just doing his part.
Or Mario would have just peaked too soon.
Perhaps. I would say Goomba peaked too soon, but I'm not sure Goomba's ever peaked, and a line out to second is certainly not what I'd hang my hat on. Swing and a miss on the banana ball from Diddy Kong. A very good but very expensive pitch for a non-captain to be throwing. And you were kind of hoping he'd throw it on the third strike instead, as a single from Dark Bones that probably would have been a single anyway is a no-doubter when the chain chomp gets involved. Magic Koopa immediately showing bunt. Gonna show bunt on strike 2, and we'll see what happens when the third pitch comes. Oh, that's ball 1, so...
Yeah, manages to pull it back just in time.
Now that's strike 2. Banana for strike 3. I like this move from Diddy Kong. Swing and a miss. And the...
Yeah, really incredible capitalizing on Magic Koopa's decision to bunt there.
I didn't know the AI was that smart. But, you know, I suppose if you were to put...
I don't think it is. I think it was lucky, but...
I suppose if you were to put 1,000 monkeys at 1,000 typewriters, quite literally in this case, eventually you'd get something intelligent. Baby Luigi gonna get on with a single to start this off for the Wilds. Top of the third, they're only down 1. We've seen a lot of games get crazy in the last few innings. Red Koopa does not have the range to get to that one from Calvin. Puts 2 on. Pitchers don't tend to get balls flying back at him in this game. I don't know how often they do it in real life either. But it's okay, as a Tiny Kong triple play will clean this up.
Very infrequently.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've said it before.
You are often still recovering from your pitch by the time it's gotten hit back at you, so you probably don't even have 2 feet on the ground. There are plenty of compilations out there of pitchers catching balls, and a lot of the time, you know, you catch it, and then you look at the glove, and you're like, huh.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've said before, you don't want as a pitcher, you don't want to be overexerting yourself on the mound. You're not trying to take an injury.
Yeah, absolutely. Catching 115 off the bat sometimes, that's that's extremely dangerous.
Two banana balls from Diddy Kong right out the gate. It's literally impossible for him to use 3 in a single at-bat. It would cost 6 stars, and the gauge maxes out at 5, which is where the rookie's gauge is, and probably will be for the vast majority of this game.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Wilds, you're just happy that your team's using stars at all, and the banana ball, great thing to use it on.
The banana swing, a better thing to use it on, but I suppose we can't be choosy.
For real.
Speaking of not being choosy, Dixie Kong takes the first ball she's given, gets it up the middle for a single. Can 10% increased contact prevent Diddy Kong from getting another out? It can, actually. That one gets down just in front of August, but he gets it back to the infield in time. I feel like Dixie Kong really should have had time to get to second.
She absolutely should have.
Donkey Kong trying for yet another home run, which is yet another one that's just too slow. This time Bowser Jr. and August have it instead of Bowser Jr. and Magic Koopa. K-Rool showing tired already. You better believe he's gonna stay in if it means striking out monkeys, though.
Yeah, absolutely. This one's personal.
I do wish that I don't think it does, but I wish that Sluggers had a backyard baseball style mechanic. Like where the Del Vecchios, right? You play them against each other, they get boosts.
Mm-hmm.
Banana ball, a hard pitch to hit. Can't spend a third, though. And so K-Rool is on with a single. Diddy Kong starting to get tired. Already giving up. Well, Calvin's here, and talking about Keikaku, which is baseball, I guess.
I'm gonna have to run that one by a translation team, but I have some doubts.
Don't look at me. I'm just a man who commentates baseball and drinks beer. Anyway. I think I've got an order from Calvin, but, no, I actually don't have an order from Calvin. He didn't give me one last week, and then he ran away in fear. So, Calvin, I see it. Baby DK right, Baby Mario catch. Who's pitching? DK. Okay. DK pitches. Baby DK goes to right. Baby Mario catches. Okay. Yeah, that keeps chemistry. That makes sense. Would not mind seeing a barrel pitch here, but Donkey Kong does not have the star to spare right now, which is unfortunate. Because Critter looks like he wants his second home run today. Calvin is stepping on the gas. He gets there in time, but they don't jump.
I think they might not have gotten there in time.
Maybe not, but it looked to me like he was there.
Well, we're not gonna get a good angle to see it on the replay.
Iris gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. Another ground out to second from Goomba. At least he's reliable for helping the opposing team a bit, excuse me. Here's that barrel pitch we were looking for, and this is why, because batters just don't make good contact on it. Darkbone's very effectively neutralized there. 2 outs, nobody on. Magikoopa, not the batter you're most afraid of. Still, Baby Luigi trying his darndest, but can't quite get there in time. He's one of the fastest players in this game with that star, and even he couldn't manage. Baby Peach as well gonna get on here, so... that brings up captains. Deep one from Bowser Jr. I thought maybe this was also a home run, but it does not have the power to get past that wall.
Average Bowser Jr. homer attempt, honestly. Feels like he always just comes up short.
You know,
just too high.
As a man playing Petey at Luigi's Mansion, I'm sympathetic to captains who just don't have the power to go yard in their own stadiums. Particularly stadiums that are on the deeper side. This one is deceptively deep. And POW item usage turns what was almost certainly a double play into none at all. I was halfway through calling that out at second when it didn't happen. The entirety of the chat has the same experience that I'm having right now. What do you mean safe?
One of the plays of all time.
We gotta get Lakitu some vision insurance. I don't think he's got those glasses checked in years.
Yeah, unfortunately, there is no instant replay here in the Mushroom Kingdom. Really confusing because the cameras are right there. But...
hey guys, what if we had AI do all our baseball calls? I'll tell you what, though, Lakitu's still more reliable than ChatGPT. Baby Peach on the mound, K. Rool catching, Goomba goes to third. He said he was going to make it all in text, so I'm pretty sure that's it. But I'm just going to hold on for a minute, because I have pulled the trigger too quickly on rookies before. Alright. Happy to see Baby Peach get some reps. We're having a bit of a T-ball moment here, baby to baby. And the winner is Baby, as Baby Luigi, despite the star, manages to hit into a triple play.
You don't see a lot of those. It's just kind of a perfect storm there.
You see more of them in this league than you do in the MLB, though, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. They're extremely uncommon in the MLB.
Bottom of the fifth, rookies ahead by 3. Wilds still scoreless. 2 strikes. Red Koopa gonna swing on the third, and Diddy Kong just can't quite get to it in time. That puts 1 on for team owner August. You'd love to see a double play with K. Rool up next, but no, instead, this is going to be a deep line drive to left center, single with an extra base. Scratch that, double. Scratch that, single into base running error.
Sure.
I don't
really
know why I
boneheaded
bother.
thing to do with K. Rool coming up to the plate, and it looks like August is going to pay for it. Actually,
somebody smart enough
Baby
to
DK
tag
gets
up on the
that ball in
sack.
time.
Certainly that could have been worse if you're the Wilds, but you are 1 run further behind.
Mm-hmm.
And Green Critter's got 1 today. Looking like he wants a second. but plays it safe, goes for contact on 3. It's just a single. That'll bring up Goomba. Has 2 outs straight to the second baseman so far this game. And that's the hat trick right there, folks.
Kind of feels like the opposite of a hot hat trick. A sock trick?
I'm just imagining trying to piece together a batting order, and in place of Goomba, you just write line out to second. And you're like, all right, now where do I put this in the batting order?
One would think ninth.
Well, ninth on the Wilds is Calvin, who lines out to short. Tiny Kong, triple play hitter from earlier. Which I guess means both... No, the Wilds have hit into 2 triple plays so far this game, which feels pretty bad when you're down by 4, and Dixie Kong, hits into a double. Wilds looking to break a record for most extra plays hit into in one game. You'd rather walk out of here with a win, but I guess you'd be walking out of here with something.
Okay, yeah, I thought so, because this came up recently as it was a Mets thing. The most ground into double plays by a single player in an MLB game is 4.
Man, that'd be bad enough in this league.
That was Joe Torre back in the 70s.
Of course it was a Met.
Of course it was a Met.
Baby Peach actually gets a single off the barrel pitch. The throw from right goes to the cutoff man instead of first base, as it always does and rarely should. That means 2 on, 1 out for Bowser Jr., who is going to hit one up the first base line into the 3-4 double play. I do like using this phrase, maybe a little too much, but Diddy Kong Donkey Kong can be a 1-2 punch. Still, in the top of the 7th, the Wilds are on their last chance to score 4 runs, and a quick out from Diddy Kong. There's just no signs of life here. Two strikes for Donkey Kong. Baby Peach throws a pretty good fastball for 3, and that is a fly out to right.
See if Baby DK can summon any last-minute magic to his side.
Even if you can just avoid getting shut out at this point, run differential could matter when the teams are tied this closely.
That's true.
Baby Peach has been doing pretty well, but she's got so little stamina.
Yeah, unfortunately, Blue Yoshi, Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, not who you want to see up at the plate with 2 outs.
And Blue Yoshi
As
going to
Yoshi
show
is
us
going
why.
to end the game.
And after the first 2 games get decided at the very end, this one was pretty consistent all the way through. August going to be looking very closely at Game 4 now, as he may move up in the standings. Calvin going to 5-8. You're really going to need to do something watching those playoff chances slip by you.
Yeah, absolutely. After tonight, we only have 4 more weeks of games left on the season, so nobody can rest on their laurels. However, teams that are falling back towards, the back of the pack, they're running out of runway.
I think we could probably rest on our laurels. But most teams.
I mean, apparently the Fireballs can't rest on their laurels.
I still like you for second seed, but you're gonna have to work for it. And speaking of teams who are gonna have to work for it, the Wario Muscles are going to the Cruiser tonight. This is the third team 6-6 versus the fifth team 4-5-2. The Flowers remain pretty much unchanged. The Muscles as well have, I think, finally found their identity after a lot of simulations in the first half. Shortstop Wario going to be their leadoff hitter, followed by right fielder Yellow Shy Guy. Waluigi, your starting pitcher tonight in King Boo usually when he's not there. Second baseman Red Yoshi bats fourth. King Boo goes to third when he is not your starting pitcher, and he is batting fifth. A starred Paragoomba goes to first base. He's been a pretty reliable recipient of that ever since the second half started. Left fielder Yellow Pianta, catcher Purple Toad, center fielder Nate, yet another me batting ninth. We all seem to like to put him there. Bringing up the rear.
And going up against these Muscles, we have, you've said it every week, the most unpredictable team in the league. The Daisy Flowers, only team with multiple ties to their name. Batting leadoff, we got Monty Mole, who will also be behind the dish. Taking the mound is Daisy, Yellow Toad over in left field, Rhiannon in center, a starred Blue Critter at third base, Yellow Yoshi out in right field, Yellow Madge at short, Green Paratroopa at second base, and rounding out the lineup, not pitching this week, taking a well-deserved rest, Blooper over at first base.
Yeah, it's funny you mention it. Now that I'm trying to sit here and think, right, because I don't keep track of everything right in front of me, I am fairly confident that despite the Cruiser being a hitter's park, and even more so at night, although we did not see that take effect much last time we were here, I actually think both of the Flowers' ties are here at home. So if they want to get a third, if they want to get a third, now be the time to do it. But the Muscles are looking to see if they can't do a little better than a tie. I don't see Nate here in the chat, but he might be. We'll take a look, but we are already at 9 o'clock, so I had better stop yapping and start streaming. Oh, hi, Nate. Just in time.
Shoutouts to all the lurkers in chat.
I wasn't checking the voice call. I assumed Nate was in the voice call, which, if any of you want to be in our Discord and you're not, a lot of times we have folks hanging out watching these in voice call, too. I heard it gets pretty wild.
You could say it gets a bit DK wild.
Indeed it does, and speaking of wild, I think Rhiannon is faceless out in center field tonight. We have that glitch happening again. Well, we'll get a better look in a little bit here, but I thought I noticed something odd.
We'll get a better look here. That definitely looks like a faceless Rhiannon.
And Yellow Magikoopa, unfortunately, making that error. Perhaps a little put off. 2 on, nobody out. Waluigi now gonna show bunt. And for once...
Beautiful bunt. Does exactly what you want it to.
For once, it actually succeeds. We don't show bunt at 2 strikes and then swing for contact on 3.
Yeah, I feel like it's a combination of the AI is just really bad at bunting, and also a lot of the bats that don't have a hit zone, like hitbox along the entire bat, for some reason, those batters try to bunt, like the Madges and whatnot. Where, with the Madge, my understanding is that only the round ball on the end has a hitbox. Where, like, other batters, like, Boo up at the plate, for example, if he chokes up on the bat and it hits the inside, that's still going to be sour contact.
Yeah, and sour contact is what he gets. Unfortunately, that out Waluigi spent to advance the runners, not very well used. Red Yoshi falling for Daisy's star pitch. Those are 3 outs. And King Boo gonna round one out to first. Brings up the Flowers. Monty Mole, who has been doing pretty well these last few games, starts off with a single. Monty Mole and Daisy rarely do well one after the other, it feels like, and Daisy very nearly hits a home run. Going for a second, instead it is a ground out to short, but it's not a double play. That puts somebody in scoring position for Yellow Toad. I think the highest batting average of all of the Toads? It's no mean feat. Still, 70% is not 100%. And yes, indeed, folks, it's Faceless Rhiannon. What's she thinking about this game? Nobody knows.
Hey, I bet she'd be really great at poker. She's also really great at swinging the bat, as she's going to hit an RBI single.
Yeah, that line drive was straight to Cheap Cheap. Unfortunately, he's not a player, he's a stage hazard. Oh, there were some facial features kind of hanging on the side over there. Runner on first, 2 outs, Blue Critter batting. Red Yoshi's got a pretty good jump, but he can't quite make that one. And so that's going to be a double. Puts runners on second and third now. Yellow Yoshi, not the strongest batter on this team, has one very near home run on this stadium. I think it pulled foul by less than a foot. This is...
Hey, Yoshi
not his
really
redemption.
hit deep inside. Terrible contact.
Yeah, that is not his redemption, unfortunately. Still, Flowers put up 1. Immediate charge from Star Paragoomba makes this take doubly wise. You know, I've said it before, but Daisy's pitching is really interesting because it is entirely dependent on the chemistry of the opposing team. Having an error item here means this is not a free out. Unfortunately, that item being the bomb, well, that item being the bomb works if they can bait the opposing team into going after it. We had how many fielders looking at that ball?
Too many.
With no chem item on deck, however, this one is free. Banana is pretty good for drawing out those dives. I agree. I agree, Zach. Nate does have a face. He's looking as confident as he always does.
And you know, it's the question of, is he confident because he gets hits, or does he get hits because he's confident?
Well, confidence clearly not all you need, because nobody's got an ego like Wario, but it does not prevent a line out to short. Gooper Blooper stopping in to say hello. Any right-handed hitters are going to have an easier time going opposite field.
Now we're in a configuration where really any player in the league could hit a home run with the stage this tilted.
Yeah, like I said though, last time we had this environment, it didn't really do much. I think the rookies were playing here. King K. Rool hit one to the tilted side, but he would have had it anyway. Blooper grounds one to second. At least it's not a double play. Brings up fan favorite Monty Mole with an opportunity. Waluigi does not want to give it to him, though. You know, I'd convinced myself that Waluigi's star pitch doesn't do anything, but it actually might. Seems like it's a hard one to get good power off of.
Yeah, I mean, if you can induce poor contact, that's honestly better than a strike.
Yeah, that's another thing that's kind of interesting, right? Is the pitchers whose star is literally just a free strike. It actually doesn't feel like the best one you could use. We see a rare charge hit from Waluigi here that works out in his favor. That's a single.
Yeah, I mean it's a risk reward thing, you know. It's like in Major League Baseball as well. We'll see strikeout pitchers and we'll see pitchers who pitch to contact. And you know, theoretically, a pitcher who pitches to contact can end a game in 27 pitches. Not ending a game right there though. King Boo just ends up short, ultimately hitting a single that advances Waluigi to third base.
Yeah, it was a little too late there. Goober Blooper had still been there, we might have seen something, but he's going to head over to left this time around. Give the home team an opportunity. This actually could be big for Daisy, as she is a lefty. Waluigi
Yeah,
try
seems
not
like
to
a
give it to her.
lot of players seem to hit Oppo.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Although, as we say that, Daisy just hits a classic pull hit. Unfortunately, if she were able to push there, might have been able to sneak in a home run. But you can't complain too much about a single.
Base hit is a base hit. Yellow Toad trying for a base hit. Instead, a rare Toad double play. Could Rhiannon be the one to do it? I can't tell how she feels about this, but we're gonna see her swing for the fences anyway. Or just a contact one over the shortstop. Hey, if it works, it works. That's it from Waluigi tonight.
And, you know, great time to get a fresh arm in there as you have Blue Critter absolutely set up for success here. However, somehow I think he's going to try and hit a home run to deep center field, and it's going to make no sense, and it's just going to be an out.
May well be, may well be. Now, I have an order from Nate. I was just pulling it up here. I do have the list on hand, so if the list is unchanged, then I will work from the list. Being here does give you the opportunity to do something crazy. Okay. The first substitution is frequently the easiest. Unfortunately, I have an issue because I clicked out of the game. I'll get it in a minute. Unfortunately, clicking off the game means when you click back into it, it automatically inputs. But I'll get it in a minute, I promise. Oh, I hate that. Things that players do not hate. Classic Yellow Devil single. The least flashy, the least memed on of our Piantas. But Yellow is no slouch, none of them are. Purple Toad going to give us our second Toad double play tonight. 2 outs, nobody on for Nate. Top of the fourth, Muscles down 0-1. I thought the Cruiser was supposed to be the one where everybody scored.
Feels like every game here has been pretty low scoring.
Yeah, Cruiser quiet tonight.
I think maybe too many of the CPUs just try to hit to center field.
Okay, Waluigi giving me an opportunity to correct my mistake. Thanks, friend. King Boo will be pitching.
Thankfully, Waluigi was still able to get the out last inning, so didn't stay in for just 1 out too long.
Star pitch from King Boo, caught. Lined out to second. I don't know if that star pitch is supposed to be like a slow ball. It kind of feels like it. Quick grab from Wario, it's short for 2. Green Paratroopa, the last one who may have the opportunity to capitalize on the tilted right field. Unfortunately, Yellow Pianta in left is slow, but not too slow to get that line drive.
Everyone hits Oppo.
For the most part, yeah. Yeah, I've actually changed my left and right fielding before based on where the power hitters stand. Just expecting them to go opposite.
Wario pulls the ball a little bit there. Still out to center field. Still caught by Rhiannon.
Yeah, it looked like it might be close, but she got there in time. Yellow Shy Guy, at the very least, can't double play. He will definitely get an out, though, if he falls for this star pitch, and he does. Green Paratroopa doesn't even have to move. Unfortunately, those star pitches actually do take a bit out of Daisy, so she's starting to get tired despite not giving any up. Not going to let that stop her from throwing one more. Waluigi, a tricky pitcher himself, you'd think he would have a better understanding of whether or not to take the bait.
Yeah, although, you never expect too much hitting-wise from your pitchers.
No, I'm afraid not. It's part of what makes, going back to Backyard Baseball, I was just thinking about it, since they've got plenty of new content coming out this year for those of you who are big fans of Backyard Baseball. What makes AD so special? And what makes Monty Mole not special is that he can hit into double plays just like everyone else. And a low line out from Daisy. Looked like it might get down in time, but no. 4 straight innings of scoreless baseball. Haven't seen any movement since the first. Daisy is done for the day. I'm gonna assume that we've got no Rhiannon. I definitely didn't get a pitching order. Yeah, I don't see her, so we're gonna do the thing that we normally do, which is just swap Daisy and Blooper and hope we don't have to go any deeper than that. The last instruction I got was, keep Yellow Magic short, I want him there. Trickler back to the pitcher. Blooper does not have to exert himself very much to get that.
Yeah, pretty much routine, had already slowed down by the time it got to the mound.
One outside, one inside for King Boo. He's trying not to keep him over the zone. A deep single with nobody on the bases to take an extra one. Brings up starred Paragoomba. I wonder sometimes if that star is doing enough. But thankfully, he does get a blooper single to center field. Which means this could be a big time for Yellow Pianta to finally show power. It's such a rarity for players of this class. And indeed, he does not. Unfortunately, as reliable as they are for singles hits, he doesn't even manage that. Puts it in the hands of Purple Toad. You'll be seeing
King
your
2 is
next...
still very much capable of big things here, though.
Oh, you'll be seeing your next batter about 66% of the time with this guy, but seeing your next batter 66% of the time means you won't see him 33% of the time. Yellow Toad, Rhiannon, Blue Critter batting in the bottom of the 6th. This is still anybody's game. It's not like anyone has to do very much to move the needle, but they're just not doing it at all. Doing something is Yellow Toad with a leadoff single. And undoing it with a double play to short is Rhiannon.
Yeah. Beautiful field work from Wario there. Just a real classic shortstop.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I really don't feel like the game intends for Wario to be a shortstop, but it has really been the position he's come into. Alright, Goober Blooper wants to be involved. He has not managed to help any batters yet today. Ball one a little outside. Nate not looking to take advantage of it, just swings for contact. Despite the fact that he does not actually walk on the ground, Paratroopa can still get slipped up by Bananas. I like seeing charge from Wario, though. Maybe there's a chance that he gets a home run here. Opts instead for the very rare star swing, which is perfectly fine. Much in the... Nate, what are you doing, Nate?
I'll get back to third just fine. Catchers in this league can't do their job.
Fortunately for Nate, he knows he knows it's down to the wire, getting a little desperate here. But much in the way that some captains have star pitches that are just one free strike, and that's it, Wario's star hit is just one free single, and that's it. And that works for him. Speaking of good star hits, Waluigi could use one right here with the bases loaded, nobody out. Blooper gonna give him the slow ball fastball down the middle. Instead charges on the changeup with the star. Bases still loaded with one out. Throw is to home and in time. Puts this game in the hands of Red Yoshi, who could very well double play and end his team's hopes right here.
Yeah, in a situation where it's the game tying run, you're absolutely throwing home rather than turning the double play. Although the game tying run will still make it, still just one out.
I can't believe someone used a star swing. I mean, that's when I would want them to do it. It's just not when I would expect them to do it. And King Boo has the power to go yard. He could not be in a more hitter-friendly park right now if he tried. But it's just a deep line out. Yellow Shy Guy is going to tag up in time, though, and give the Muscles the lead. Yeah, I think you've mentioned that before, Zach, that players do use star swings more often on bases loaded, but it still doesn't feel like it happens nearly as much as it should. Speaking of things that don't happen nearly as much as they should, Paragoomba trying. But no, it's a fly out. Two very near home runs. But a crooked number from the Muscles after no movement at all this game actually puts them in the lead for the first time. Flowers on the back foot in the bottom of the 7th. Yellow Yoshi going to try and start things off.
Yeah, hoping to walk it off or at least extend this game. They're notorious for their last inning comebacks that end in ties. So
Yeah, and it would not be the first last inning comeback we've seen tonight. But after a line out from Yellow Yoshi and a line out from Yellow Magikoopa, any last minute comeback's gonna have to happen on 2 outs, and with Green Paratroopa and Blooper, your next two batters, I just don't know. And yes,
And that's the
indeed,
game.
you know, 1 run is not a very comfortable lead, and the Muscles are going to show the Flowers why. This keeps them in third place, moving up. The rookies do not move up. Excuse me. Good time for this if you're the Muscles, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Muscles very much one of those teams that are in that playoff tangle. A team that I definitely think are capable of making it in, and they really showed off why tonight. Trailed for most of the game, but it's all about being able to hit in those clutch spots, right? As well as the incredible defense limiting Rhiannon to just 1 run allowed for that comeback to happen in the first place.
Yeah, I think that's the first time Rhiannon's had two losses in a row in quite some time. I feel like she's always been hovering around that 500. But now going to 4-6-2, it is going to get a lot tougher. We've got 4 more weeks of baseball to play, and in the next one, oh well, if tonight did not decide 3-4, next one will, because Game 1, Week 15 is the August Rookies going to Wario City. That'll be an exciting one for sure. That's followed up by Flowers at Fireballs, Game 2. Game 3, Monsters at Knights. And finally, Game 4, Week 15, Monarchs at Bows. They're going to be.
I think we've got 4 incredible matchups next week.
Yeah, I'm excited. I am excited for them. I know, we've got the 3 seed and the 4 seed. We've got the Flowers who successfully tied the Fireballs. I know you're going to be looking to set that record straight.
Oh, absolutely.
The Monst
Especially to snap a two week losing streak.
The Monsters, a team that I have constantly been insisting are better than they should be, are going to get to put their money where their mouth is at Luigi's Mansion. And another battle of the Zacks. 2 of our lowest placed teams, both trying to stay in the hunt. I don't know that I'll be doing the math on guaranteed eliminations from playoffs, just mathematically, but we're going to start seeing them soon. That is for sure. But
Absolutely.
that's
It's really exciting, approaching the end of the season, entering the last March isn't quite the end of the season. We'll have April 1st being our last game of the regular season, assuming no cancellations or other issues. Uh, but we're really coming down the home stretch here. Only 4 weeks left.
Yeah, we'll have the playoffs, and then we'll finish up just in time for real baseball. Although that's already getting going too, so I'm glad to have you here for it. I know you're going to be tough to pull away from some Orioles games when we get into April, but I appreciate you.
Oh, of course. I love doing this. I have been having a lot of fun. It's kind of crazy to think that we have 14 weeks, 3 months of Mario Baseball in the books.
Yeah, and we've got a pretty good sized crowd working on it here. It's good to have all of you here. I am just as happy to have you as you are to be here. But with all that said, you want to take us home?
Absolutely. With everything else out of the way, that's going to do it from us here at No Slugger Left Behind. We're going to be right back here next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to be notified whenever we go live, follow the channel. We have a Discord that you can join. Link is in the description. And with everything else out of the way, we'll see you next time.
Thanks for being here, folks.